This is the overview for week 2 of educational research methods and analysis. I've posted the time and date for our library research review session, which will be on Monday, January 29th from 7 o'clock to 7:45 p.m. This is the second in a series of library research orientations, and it will not be the same as the one that you completed during the last term. This one is accessible by the link that I have attached here, and like the last one, you will log in as a guest and enter your first and last name. It's really important that you attend and complete the associated assignment, which we'll talk about in a moment. If for any reason you are unable to attend on January 29th at 7 o'clock, please contact me so that we can make arrangements for you to make up the session based upon the schedule. I'm now going to go over to week 2. And here we are. This week, the learning outcomes are to define and utilize research terms appropriately, to compare and contrast the characteristics of quantitative and qualitative research methods, and describe the ways that each can be used for action research to impact school change for school environment. You will also explain the ways that professional reflection can be used throughout the action research process. You will read, analyze, interpret, and evaluate educational research studies and journal articles for their relevancy to a teaching, learning, and/or educational administration problem of interest. You will identify and articulate your research problem that can be studied by a graduate student and articulate primary and secondary research questions. You will plan and design the process of implementing an action research study, and you will plan and research a research proposal in accordance with the required CUI structure for an action research paper, consistent with the format of the APA. So over here we have a short summary of week 2. I'm going to give you some more details below. Of course, this is where you will view the video. And your readings from the textbook this week are chapters 3, Connecting Theory and Action, Reviewing the Literature, and chapters 4, Initial Planning the Action Research Study. On this link, you can review capstone project design to gain IRB approval. This will give you an idea of that process. And this week's learning module, just press play, will cover the same topic. During week 2, you should be joining a research interest group, which will be 2 or 3 groups, and you will start to finalize your initial research plan. So under this discussion board thread, you will post your research interest topic. In last week's discussion board, you had a chance to share your general interest and some ideas of things that are within your control. This thread will be used to form your research interest groups. This week, you also need to submit your NIH Training Certificate of Completion. You do not need to complete an additional one from the one from last term. Simply upload your certificate. I believe it was from November 2017. Just upload. Actually, at this point, I think you've already done that. And good job. Assignment number 1 is your initial planning, and it is due on Sunday the 21st. So collaborate with your research interest group to initially plan your research. Your problem, purpose, and intervention should be aligned with your collaborative reflection of the problem, purpose, research questions, and intervention. So now is the time for you to connect with your classmates, decide with whom you would like to work and what your topic will be, and then you need to work together to do the initial planning. You can click here for assignment description. About your discussion, we've discussed that a little bit. But just a reminder, post by Thursday at 11:59 and respond to 2 peer responses by Sunday the 21st. You also need to do a group progress meeting. You have 2 options. One, you may coordinate a time with your group and me, and we can meet as a live virtual meeting in the collaborate option of Blackboard, and we can discuss. Or you may do so through the group discussion board. I will set up your groups for the discussion board as soon as you notify me with whom you'll be working. So please send me an email and let me know whom will be in your group so I can set that up for you. Either way, by Sunday the 21st, you need to either have a live meeting with me by appointment, or you need to have that discussion on the group discussion board. Finally, for assignment number 2, the library research review, I did post that session will be held for you on Monday the 29th of January. That means that assignment number 2 is not due until February 4th at 11:59 p.m. It's due on the Sunday of the week it is held, and that is the following week, week 3. So you do not have to worry about that until week 3. Please click for the assignment description and just know that that is not due during week 2. That's it for week 2. I will be conducting my introductory phone calls. I know we've all met because we've been in the course together, but I like to wait until week 2 to do my phone calls. I just find that if I call during the first week, most students have not had a chance to really take a look and get started on the course, and that there are usually more questions if I wait for a few extra days. So if you do have questions, feel free to email me like some of you have, or text or call, and I will be reaching out to you by phone this week. So if you have a list of questions, feel free to collect them there, and we'll be happy to go over them. All right, have a great week too.